Hey y'all, it's Kristen, and I'm doing something a little different today. I have been working on these journals off and on for a couple of months, ever since Denise over at Practice Makes Pretty, she showed one of her blank journals. I thought that was a fabulous idea. Of course, everyone's doing it now because it's such a great idea. And I wanted to do some, but I kind of wanted to do it a little differently. These are blank journals, but I added you remember my big, huge thing of vintage ephemera that I have a very hard time getting rid of? Well, what I decided to do was, my thing needs to be wiped off. I just decided to do a blank journal, no pockets. There's a cup there, and this one I think there's a bag or two in here. Other than that, there's nothing besides coffee dyed paper and stuff like that. And I clipped in some of my ephemera. So I'm just going to flip through it very quickly, let you see. This image on the front is from Cameo Shop. It's Mod Podge Down. I used an old Reader's Digest book. It measures approximately 5 by 7. I left the front pages in. That is who owned this book. You can always take that off. And I'm sorry for the glare, guys. I'm doing this in the daytime, and I usually film at night, so hopefully it won't be too distracting. Anyway, I left these pages in the front mainly because of this image right here, but you can always take those out. They'll tear out pretty easily. And this is pattern paper. This is the first piece of ephemera. And this envelope is postmarked 1938. Oh, hang on. My low crap. Sorry to jostle you around. Okay. 1938 is the postmark. And it's just an old envelope. There's nothing inside. But it's got the stamp still on it. I love that kind of stuff. I really had a hard time putting these together because you know how I like my ephemera. There's a little cute little Whitman's children's playing card. Those are one of my favorites. There's Kool-Aid dyed, coffee dyed paper. There may be some Easter egg dyed paper in here. No, it does not smell like vinegar. There's one of the little bags, and I put a vintage bus ticket in there. That's the other side of the bag. There's nothing inside. Here is another playing card, vintage. I just clipped everything in. I didn't glue anything in, nothing. That way you can do whatever you want with it. Make it your own. This is one of my favorites. It's a vintage postcard. It is postmark 1927, I believe. I'm not liking that sun coming in through there. I may have to do this again. This is bubble paper. This is another vintage postcard. It's not written on. Tracing paper. I think that's Easter egg dye paper. This is a vintage greeting card, and it's Christmas one, but you could always cover that up because it also looks springtimey, but it's written on. I think that's Easter egg dye paper too. Like I said, nothing on the pages, bubble paper. This is a vintage map. It's on both sides. I think there's 3 signatures in here. And I think this paper is a Kirby Teasdale's paper. I'm not sure. It's a thinner pattern paper. Another bag. This is a vintage, it's like a supplemental ticket form. What does it say? I read that wrong. Supplementary ticket form. I don't know what that means. Some more bubble paper. Tracing paper. This is another vintage receipt type thing. And this is one of those 1970s plant information thing. I just used my tiny attacher and stapled some writing paper on here, but it talks about the plant and everything. I love those a lot. Other side of the bag, nothing in it. And this, guys, came from my very own Sears and Roebuck's book that I love, and I had a very hard time taking it out. It made me want to cry. But there you go. I love those. It came out of this book right here. It's very cool. Alright guys, that is it. I have probably 5 or 6 of these that I'm going to be showing over the next few days or whatever. But if you're interested, this will be listed in my Etsy. The link will be down in the description box. And thank you very much for watching.